In part one today, we want to help you identify your result. What is it that you're ultimately accomplishing for your end client? What solution are you providing? And specifically, like, how is that setting you up so that you also can have very clear boundaries, clear scope, but also have really clear communication so that people understand what it is that you're doing.
Well, because going back to that beginner, naive business owner of throwing spaghetti at the wall and trying everything, we love that energy. I'm here for that energy. And that energy has to stop once you reach a certain level. And you know that, and your clients know that, but we don't know how to do that. And so the conversation we're having with business owners who seem to have it all figured out and have checked all the boxes, and they're still sitting there on a call with us and they're saying, I don't know what I actually do for my clients. I don't know the problem that I'm solving.
Or perhaps it's not that they don't know, it's that they've let their client tell them what they need solved, and then they're like coming in with this, like a superhero with a cape on their back and saying, I can do it,
that
I
and
can
that
do it,
and that.
I can help you with that. And I think there has to be this mind switch where, like, you can get really far with letting your clients define what they need for themselves, and you being there to step in and provide
A
backup and
solution.
support. Like, that can take you so far. I think to ultimately get to the next level, we talk a little bit about productizing your service, and part of that is a level of refinement, and you have to hone in some ways. And if you can get clearer on what it is that you're ultimately doing, this is just one aspect of refinement that allows you to be more clear about what you're ultimately going to do for people.
Yep. But the hard part is it's really fine and dandy to say, okay, identify your result. I got it. How?
Right.
How? And the other part I have always found really hard and frustrating in business is when they tell you, find out what you do really well and what
Stop.
sets you apart and what makes you unique and do more of that.
I think when they say that, you're like, I'm laid back. Like, what is
Right.
like,
Right. Right.
like,
Like, I make a really good dirty chai. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't
like, you either
understand.
love me or you hate me. Is that
Mhm,
what makes me
mhm,
unique?
mhm, mhm. So you pull out these really unique aspects about yourself as a person,
Right.
but it doesn't really have anything to do with not only the result that you provide, but how you provide that result.
Mhm.
And so I want to give you some examples and I want to talk about a different way of looking at how to identify your result. And it's not just your result, but it's literally how you do it and how you don't do it. And
Right.
it's a phrase that's called service excellence. And this is what I want you to start asking yourself about, ask your team about, ask your clients about, ask yourself about, journal about it, talk to your biz besties about it, talk to us about it. I want you to find out what your service excellence is. And your service excellence can be defined as what a business chooses not to do well. Not to do well. And you need to determine which attributes to target for excellence and which ones to target for inferior performance. And this feels weird
Yeah.
and it feels not great for someone who likes to do everything right. And this is the missing ingredient in identifying the unique way that you show up in your result.
Because here's the thing. I'm just going to take a gander. I know enough of you to know that the average person listening to this show spent their entire life people pleasing, attempting to be the top of their class, doing well in school, making sure other people were happy, being the peacemaker, and trying to be all things to all people at your own detriment. And what's cool is this new self-aware version of yourself can say, I'm done with that shit, because it's very hard to sell being all things to all people. You're most of the time, if you're doing a good job at it, it means your clients are really happy and you hate your job. I'm just
Well,
gonna.
And the data shows that those are the businesses that eventually don't stick around.
I know.
Like literal data.
And so I would much rather you get some clear boundaries in place about what you are willing to do and what you aren't willing to do, but use that as an asset to
Yes.
sell, because people have their own set of values. And if you can find value alignment and ultimately have that result alignment as well, it is going to
Mhm.
help you sing like when you
Mhm.
get to these
Mhm.
sales
Mhm.
conversations. So I want to talk about these examples you pulled.
Yes.